Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all of the makeup PR that I have received over the last few months. So we're going to be discussing all of the PR that came into my life from May, June, July, and August. And yeah, these are things that I'm really excited about, brands that I'm really excited about, and I just wanted to share these with you here in this video so that you could kind of see what is coming into my life even though I am on a no buy. So what makeup items have I decided are adding value to my collection? What items are inflating possibly some of my makeup inventory numbers? What are the things that I'm playing around with and getting to know kind of off camera? I just feel like this is a fun little space to do that and to discuss this. In the past, I would have included my PR products in my no-buy videos, and in my most recent one, I had discussed that I wanted to omit that portion from the video. But the reason why I wanted to bypass talking about the PR in that video was because that is a space where we're discussing not purchasing, we're talking about not consuming things, and my journey on that kind of avenue. And it just felt counterproductive. It felt kind of out of place to talk about new things because PR is an opportunity to platform brands, platform new products, and to kind of talk about my opinions on them. And I didn't want to muddy the waters of talking about my no buy and talking about my journey as a consumer with the PR piece, because that could be triggering for someone else who's on a no buy and doesn't have the opportunity, the privilege to receive PR in the way that I have. And I do have some very complicated kind of relationships with the idea of PR. I absolutely feel so lucky. I feel so incredibly fortunate and grateful for the opportunity to receive PR, to be seen by brands that want to send products to me. But I'm also on this journey of really trying to minimize my impact, trying to move away from feeling like I am driven by my consumeristic history. I just want to have that not be a big part of my identity. So that's why I didn't want to talk about that in that video. And I will not be talking about it in my July and August update video as well, because we're going to be chatting about all those products here in today's video. So anyways, this is a very lengthy intro. I hope that that provided a little bit more context, a little bit more insight for you. But yeah, let's hop on into all the items that I have received in PR over these last few months. So I have received 4 separate PR packages from 3 different brands over these past 4 months. And I am really grateful for every single one of these items. I do have some application videos where I'm gonna share clips. And of course, if you wanna see any of these other products in action, please let me know. I'm gonna try my best to maybe do some shorts or reels integrating these products if you wanna see other ways of using them. But let's hop on in with the first kind of package that I received. I received a really generous package from Sigma Beauty to try out a variety of different things from the brand back in May. And in that package, I received 3 different cheek products. So I received a powder bronzer, and this is the matte bronzer in the shade Light. This is really beautiful. It is a very fair bronzer, which is perfect because I don't have anything else like this in my collection. I am wearing it today. I kind of built it up and I think it's just so beautiful. They did also send the shade medium, but I elected to not open that and to give it to a friend instead. And then they also sent this blush, which is just so beautiful. And unlike any other blush in my collection, again, that's part of the reason why I felt like it was a good addition to my collection. This is the shade Berry Love, and as you can see, it is very vibrant. It is a rosy tone, and it is just very beautiful, but oh my gosh, I have to be so incredibly light-handed with it because a little goes a very long way. So this is something I'm gonna have in my life for a long time, I think, but it is beautiful. It is very blendable. It's buildable if you go in with a light hand, but it can be very intense otherwise. And then this is an item that initially I thought maybe I'll just bypass it. I'm not even gonna open it, but I I'm very happy I decided to open this actually. This is the highlighter, and this is also a powder, and this is in the shade Twilight, which is this beautiful icy pearly kind of shade. And my goodness, this looks incredible on the skin. So I'm wearing it on the kind of the tops of my cheekbones. I did apply a little bit of my powder bronzer to kind of buff it in. I have it on the tip of my nose, on my chin, and my Cupid's bow. I kind of have this everywhere. It is amazing. It's like glaze on the skin. It is super reflective. It is so, so gorgeous. And while I would say I'm kind of phasing out of highlighters, I've been omitting highlighter from my routine oftentimes lately, this is getting me back into it, and I've worn it quite a few times. A little goes a very long way. It's very pigmented and it buffs into the skin incredibly. But yeah, I'm super happy with this, and yeah, it's kind of reigniting this love of highlighter, but it's been pretty much this one that I've been using exclusively for the last little while. I think this shade is amazing on my more tan skin right now, and I cannot wait to see what it's gonna look like in the winter months when I'm more fair. I think it's gonna be impeccable on the skin. In that same package, I received 2 lip products from Sigma. This one is the Infinity Point lipstick, and this one is in the shade Temptation. I must say this color is not one that I probably would pick up on my own. It's kind of like a rosy mauve shade, but it surprised me a lot, and I'm really happy that I do have this in my collection because it's unlike anything else I have, because I probably wouldn't have been drawn to it without having been sent it, if that makes any sense. It's very rosy. It is deep and kind of grungy, but also kind of mature, and I've been really enjoying it. I cannot wait to wear this more so in the fall and winter time, but I have worn it a handful of times and have really liked it so far. I am not a fan of the packaging, however, because it's this teardrop kind of shape. As you can see, the lid is even shaped like that. It means you have to put it on very particularly, and I have made a bit of a mess. I've kind of dented the lipstick by trying to get the lid on. It takes a little bit more precision and a little bit more intention to get the lid on than other lipsticks where you don't really have to think about precision. But that's the only flaw with this, and that's something that I can overlook. It's not a huge deal, but it is something to bear in mind. And then the other lip product is what I'm wearing on my lips today. I have nothing else on my lips. I just kind of felt like doing a very minimal kind of vibe today. But in any case, this is the Renew Lip Oil. And this one is in the shade Tranquil. This is really, really comfortable. It is very smooth. It's not sticky at all, but it feels like it locks down on the lips and it stays in place, which I absolutely love. It makes my lips look really plump and healthy, but it doesn't look like makeup-y, even though it is makeup. This goes over other lipsticks really nicely, but I have preferred to just wear it with bare lips because it just looks so flattering and it feels so, so comfortable. There's a swatch of it right there. You can see on the hand, it does have a slightly pinky kind of tint, but on my lips, it basically just looks bare, and I love it. I think it's a really great formula. It doesn't seem like it has a scent, really. No scent at all. I like this huge doe foot applicator as well. Overall, really, really enjoying this so far, and I can see myself using this up probably pretty quickly. So I mean it when I say that I got a really generous package, because there still are 4 more products that I need to talk about. This one is the eyeshadow base primer. This is a primer stick, so in like a shadow stick kind of formula. And this one is in the shade Persuade, which actually has turned out to be a great shade for me. It's a little bit pinky compared to my skin tone, but once it's blended out and then set with a cream kind of eyeshadow, it is impeccable. It's really good. It really locks down my eyeshadow and holds it in place for the day. I had heard so many amazing things about these Sigma eyeshadow primer sticks before, especially on, I believe Robert Welsh talks about them a lot, maybe a different shade, but oh my goodness, it is amazing. This is such a beautiful product, so easy to apply as well. Just swipe it onto the eyes and blend it out with my finger and boom, it's done. This is perfect because I'm actually nearly out of my other more cream kind of eyeshadow primer product. So I'm looking forward to using this, and this will probably be my one and only eyeshadow primer in my collection for a while. So I am really happy to have received this. Loving it. Even with my hooded oily lids, it is no problem whatsoever to keep my eyeshadow in place and pigmented, and yeah, love it. Love it, love it. I had never heard anyone talk about this product here, but I guess that's just because this is a very standard brow gel. This is the Tint and Tame brow gel, and the one that I have is in the shade Clear. It does the job just fine. It has a great smaller size applicator. I guess it could be a little bit smaller, but I have had no problems getting any kind of precision with this. There's nothing I can say wrong about this, but it's not something that's like wowing me, but brow gel doesn't oftentimes like blow my mind. So yeah, this is good. It does the job just fine, and I'm very, very happy about it. And then I also received this cutie little palette, and this is one that I probably wouldn't pick up on my own either, but oh my gosh, since I've gotten it, I've worn it a lot, and I'm so, so happy I have this. This is the Sigma New Mod, and this is a mini palette, so they do have a full-size version of this, but this one just has 7 shadows, and you can see I have some good wear on all of these because it's just been something that is so easy to grab for. It's a cardboard packaging, so it's super lightweight. This would be great to travel with, and it does feel very secure. Like, it does have a magnet in it, so it's very secure to travel with, but it's just this gorgeous curated selection of shades. I have been absolutely loving the metallics in here, but the mattes are amazing too. I love, love, love the formula of every single one of these. I love this color selection. I just feel like this is a really great little curated palette, and yeah, it's such a treat. This is gonna be perfect for the fall time too, but I've been loving it in this summertime as well. I've been loving, loving, loving using that. So pretty. I have heard so many amazing things about Sigma shadows over the years, and I'm so happy I finally had an opportunity to try them because this was really, really great. This is something that I can see myself using for years and years and really enjoying. And the final thing that came in that particular package is the Spectrum Color Correcting Duo, and this is in the light to medium shade range. Back in May when I got this, I was able to use the lighter shade in this duo, which is this one right here. But as of late, I've been using this shade right here, and it is incredible. These are both really beautiful. They are soft and emollient, and they just blend into the skin with absolute ease. They look like skin, but they offer this brightness and this freshness to the face, and I just have been really enjoying these. There have been days when I've worn just this in place of concealer. Today I do have a concealer on top, but there have been times when I just wear this under my eyes and it still looks like they're really brightened. This product is so effective and it's so smooth and brightening on the skin, and yet it's indiscernible from the skin. It blends into the complexion in this way that's not sitting on top of your skin. It's not something that you have to go in with a concealer on top of in order to have the effects of the color correction. It can stand alone, and it does very well. It's a very, very effective product in my opinion, and I just feel like this is something that I absolutely love. I am so happy to have this as a part of my collection, and I've been using it a lot. Like, I've been using this almost habitually every single time that I do my makeup since receiving this in PR. It is oftentimes on my face, more often than not actually lately. So yeah, very, very happy with this, and definitely something that I've heard some hype about, and it is warranted. I must tell you, it is definitely, definitely worth the hype. I believe it was also in May when I received these next 2 items, because these came from Colourpop when they launched the Alice in Wonderland collection. And these are items that I absolutely could not resist. I'm so happy to have these in my life because I am a Alice in Wonderland fan. If you're not familiar, I absolutely loved Alice in Wonderland when I was a kid. I loved the book, and yeah, I loved the movie as well. So when I saw this collaboration with Disney, it was just like, just a match made in heaven, and I really wanted it more so even just for the packaging, but I'm really happy to have these in my life. So the first item is the Lost in Wonderland palette. You've seen this on my channel many times already because I had this in my Pan Those Eyeshadows project pan almost instantly after receiving this in PR. And this is what the palette looks like on the inside. It is so, so cute. I did already hit pan on the shade that I was focusing on, but I will admit that when I first received this palette, I really didn't know what to do with this color story. So this has been the kind of palette that I use more so as a complement to other palettes and other shadows in my collection. I don't really use this as a standalone palette because it really doesn't inspire me to create whole or cohesive looks. I am wearing the shade Talking Flowers in my crease today just to blend into the lid shade that I have, which is from a different palette. And that's really how I've been reaching for this often. I don't have a lot of pastels in my collection. In fact, I kind of have to custom like mix eyeshadows with a white in order to get pastels. So I'm very happy to have like these 4 kind of pastel tones. And then the rest of the shades I do feel like I have elsewhere in my collection, but this is just such a cute little palette. Like I love, love, love the graphics on. I don't even know if Colourpop would still have this anymore. Really, when you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, like 4 months ago is not that long ago, but when it comes to Colourpop, things are old the second that they're launched on the site. So yeah, it may not be available, it may not be something of interest to any of you in my audience, but this is something that I'm still really enjoying and very happy to have as a part of my collection. And then I also received one of the shadow sticks from that line as well. And this is so cute, but this is the shade Care for Tea, and it is an incredible bright green, and you know I love me some greens. So I'm really happy to have received this. It is this beautiful metallic. It is so, so like lush and just fresh, and it's just beautiful. I have worn this all over the lids without an eyeshadow primer, and I think that that's how they're meant to be, but personally, because my eyes are very hooded and they're quite creased, it didn't really work out for me that way, but I can put this on top of an eyeshadow primer and have no issues. I can wear it as an eyeliner in my waterline or on my lower lash line as well and have no problems whatsoever. It just is something that I personally can't use as a standalone eyeshadow without a primer, but that's not a problem for me. This shade is amazing. It blends out so well, and once it's in place, it does definitely stay in place very, very well. Super, super into this. But again, not really sure that it's even available anymore. And then in June, I did receive this beautiful palette right here from Sigma and Angela Bright. This is the collaboration palette, and this is something that I feel so incredibly fortunate to have received in PR. It just felt so special. So thank you so much, Angela, for thinking of me, and I'm so, so, so proud of you for this beautiful collaboration palette. It really does offer a huge breadth of kind of options for any kind of eye look. This is the sort of palette that truly you could use year round. You can use to create so many different looks. I have thoroughly enjoyed playing with this palette and will continue to enjoy playing with this palette. It is just so pretty and super inspiring. I've used every single shade many times already, and I just find this to be a really great palette to not only use on its own, but to complement other eyeshadows in my collection. And it's just added this immense amount of value to my eyeshadow collection as well. A lot of these shades feel like kind of throwbacks to me, sort of from the days when I was really getting into playing with colorful eyeshadow. Like these 2 shades are similar to colors that are in the Subculture palette from Anastasia. This purple, it's called 2015, and it really does feel 2015 to me. Even this like greeny shade, I feel like I had a shadow like this like way back in the day, in like 2010 or something. I had an eyeshadow like that, and it was like one of the first colorful eyeshadows that I had. I think it was in like a little Lancome like duo, or maybe it was a quad, but it came as like a gift with purchase, and my aunt gave it to me because she got it as a gift with purchase with like skincare or something. But anyways, these just feel very nostalgic to me. These feel very cohesive and interesting and creative to me as well. And Angela, I think you did an amazing job. I did use this in a palette bingo, and I did end up with a very like neutral look, but I had so much fun filming that video. I would love to do another palette bingo with this and just play around with this palette more because it is so pretty, and these pair in so many different ways. And then I did also receive one final PR package, and this was back in July. So I haven't received any PR in the month of August, at least yet. Today I'm filming this, I think on the 22nd. So I guess I could end up receiving more PR, but in any case, I've received one package from What's Up Beauty, and in that package, they were promoting the new Watch Me mascara. This is a mascara that they launched at the tail end of July, I believe, middle to end of July. And I have worn this many times. It's the mascara that I have on my upper lashes today. I omitted wearing this on my lower lashes because unfortunately for me, this smudges a heck of a lot. It is a beautiful formula though. It is incredible. It's so lengthening, volumizing, separating. The wand is really interesting because it does have kind of these two separate sides. One side is flat and more of like your standard kind of mascara. And then there's like more of this fanned rubbery comb at the top. I'll apply my mascara using the more just standard wand side. And then I will go through while my lashes are still a little wet, and I'll comb through them using that more comb side, and I can get so much separation, so much definition, so much volume and length. And I love the way it looks, but it smudges on me. It transfers up onto my hoods, and when I wear it on my lower lashes, it transfers down onto my under eyes, and that just cannot vibe with me. It doesn't work. When I'm wearing my makeup for just a couple hours or whatever, it's fine. I can deal with it, but it's not a favorite of mine for that reason. I really wish that this didn't transfer on me because I love the effect of it, but it doesn't work and I can't necessarily recommend it specifically for more hooded, oily lids like my own. I have long lower lashes as well, so anywhere that they're touching, there's smudging happening, there's transfer happening. So unfortunately, that does not work well for me. But man, oh man, like look at these lashes. They do look beautiful. They look incredible. I was so excited for that mascara, but unfortunately, it's just not quite right for me. I'm gonna continue to use it. I can layer other mascaras on top of it that kind of like lock it in place and prevent it from smudging. So I'm gonna continue to use it in that way. And then lastly, from What's Up Beauty, alongside the mascara, they sent this gorgeous little palette. This is the Desert Monsoon palette, and they've had this for quite some time. This is not a new launch, I don't believe. I think that this was their first palette that they came out with before the geodes. But yeah, they did send this alongside the mascara, and I am so happy to have this because I am a huge fan of the formula in the What's Up Beauty Geodes palette, which I did receive in PR last year. And because of my familiarity with that particular eyeshadow formula, I was really excited to play around with this one and see if it was similar, and it is. The mattes are super blendable. They're really rich and blendable, and the metallics are amazing. I'm wearing the shade Succulent, which is that gorgeous purple, over the entirety of my lid. Like I said, I do have a purple from the Alice in Wonderland palette throughout my crease. And then just for a tiny bit of dimension right in the very center of my lid, it's hardly even discernible, I'm wearing the shade Humidity right there as well. Just touching my lash line to offer a tiny bit of a highlight, a little bit of interest and dimension to the look. Again, I've used every single shade in this in the last few weeks since I got it, and I'm loving it. It is so beautiful. These are so rich. The metallics are amazing, and then the shimmers are just so smooth, super flattering, really gorgeous and elegant formula. This is something that has added tremendous value to my makeup collection, and it is kind of surprising looking back and realizing that I've received 4 eyeshadow palettes in the last 4 months. These have all added value to my eyeshadow collection, and yes, it has increased the number of eyeshadows that I do have in my collection, but these are all really beautiful, and I'm really happy to have every single one of them. And yeah, if there's any particular palettes that you want to see featured in any specific way on my channel or over on my shorts, then please let me know. Maybe some of the specific shades in these palettes you want to kind of see in action, see how I would pair them with other things from my collection, or how I would use these palettes as a standalone palette. Please let me know. I feel, like I said, so eternally grateful to have received all of those in PR. I feel so fortunate to have these opportunities, especially considering YouTube is not my full-time gig. I'm not that super consistent with it, and I am a smaller influencer, But I do really, really appreciate that these brands have reached out to me and just see some value in my channel and in my presence. And yeah, please let me know if you want to see any of these products in action, or if you want to hear more thorough thoughts on any of these items as well. Please let me know. But that, my friends, is absolutely everything. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.